A memo from the Attorney General was leaked. It was dated February 5th, 2025.
Folks, this news is just coming in right now. A DOGE staffer, that's Elon Musk's pseudo-governmental agency. This guy's name was Marco Ilez. He just resigned from DOGE after a Wall Street Journal reporter linked him to a deleted account on Twitter, or X, that advocated for repealing the Civil Rights Act.
Some big news in bite sizes today. Thursday, Donald Trump has announced a new task force dedicated to eradicating anti-Christian bias.
Hello guys, welcome back to Did You Hear? Look, this particular compilation is just a modge podge of things that have been happening. There is so much going on and stuff is just happening at breakneck speeds, okay? Until I'm just like, you know what? Instead of making different videos about all this different, I have to kind of just got hit here, so that you guys can get a full picture across the board of the stuff that's going on. Okay, I just saw where this probably was the most concerning issue that I saw, which is talks of a memo that was leaked from the Attorney General, speaking of the death penalty being enacted for illegals. Anybody that comes across that border that is not legal, swift action as far as the death penalty. So that is, y'all, that's scary. That is scary. And I understand that, if we do that, that will thwart people from trying to come in. Okay, all right, okay, given. What about the people that are already here? And if that's put into law, who's to say that those people that are already here, that are supposed to be being deported, the people who are supposed to be going to Guantanamo Bay or wherever, who's to say that something doesn't happen, is not going to happen to those people? And then you kind of try to slip it in there and say, well, they were illegal. This is the new law. It's death for them. We don't know what's happening with those people anyway. ICE comes in, picks them up, goes. We don't know. We don't know what's going on with those people. Family members can't find each other. So it's y'all, that's very concerning. Very concerning. Apparently there's word that El Salvador is offering to buy prisoners. So they're like, we'll house some of them over here. We'll take them off your hands. What? What the chattel slavery is going on? That, y'all. And then you got this DOGE staffer who just, I guess, resigned because he got caught up in some old racist comments that he got busted making. Yeah, caught him, cause he was letting it fly. He was letting it fly. He just, no F's given at all. So they caught up with him. I'm telling you, the stuff y'all do out there on this internet, it doesn't go away. It's out there. Once it's out there, and it will catch back up to you. So it's a good thing that they caught up with him. And now he's done. What's this talk about the anti-Christian task force? The president was speaking about, putting something into effect, an executive order to, come against people who speak against Christians. Okay, I'm a Christian. I will say that. And, I don't think we should be forcing people to try to speak a certain way about Christianity. If people don't want to be Christians and they don't want to have anything to do with Christians, I get that. Let them have their free will that God gave them to choose to not come this way. I'm concerned about what all that entails as far as the separation of church and state. So we'll be definitely keeping an eye out for more on that. Some people are real pissed about that, though. I don't think I'm going to actually include that particular video. You guys just look that up, because the clip that I do have of that, the lady is just really going in, and I don't want my channel to get flagged. We already cover a lot of topics that could possibly get me shut down. So I kind of need to take that into consideration if I ever want to one day be monetized. Also, I see that incoming packages from China and Hong Kong are being suspended. What's that? So I guess if we ordering our Shein, we're ordering our Temu, we won't be getting that stuff, huh? That's concerning. Yeah, so that you got, guys, it's like I said, it's a lot, and I probably have some other stuff in here as well, guys, that I'm not mentioning right now because there is so much, y'all, and any of these clips, on any of these points, you guys want to get down in the comments, let me know what you think, guys. I'll get back to you, of course. We can get a conversation going. Thank you to everyone who likes, shares, comments, subscribes, and does anything to interact with this channel. As you all know, it does help with the algorithm, everything that you do, and I do greatly appreciate it. So right now, let's take a look at these compilations, okay? All right.
Okay, here's some big news in international sizes. Donald Trump has just signed an executive order sanctioning the International Criminal Court. If you don't know what the ICC is, it is the first and only international court with the jurisdiction to prosecute individuals for international crimes like genocide, crimes against humanity, and war crimes. Donald Trump just minutes ago signed this executive order accusing the ICC of targeting the U.S. and Israel. I wonder what that could possibly mean. A measure like this places visa and financial limitations on individuals who aid in ICC investigations against the U.S. and its allies. Donald Trump is accusing the ICC of creating a shameful moral dilemma between Hamas and Israel by issuing warrants and targeting other Israeli leaders. In its response, the ICC says that the sanctions are an unacceptable attempt to interfere with the rule of law. Now, let me know what you think.
20,000 federal employees have taken the buyout offered by the Trump administration.
This right here is why Elon and Trump won't be stopped. $438 billion is a lot of fucking money. And too many people are willing to take that money and keep their fucking mouths shut and just walk away. And the people who actually have enough integrity to not take that money know that somebody else can be paid enough money to put them in harm's way. This is American greed and human nature.
Did you guys hear the news about El Salvador? They're literally asking the United States if they want to sell prisoners to them so they can house them there and have them there in their prison system. What have I been saying this entire time? We are financial assets to the corporation that we call America. Slavery never ended. We have wage slaves and we have actual slaves. People that are imprisoned or that are part of the prison system are part of slavery that never ended. Because if you think about it, the 13th Amendment literally states that you are enslaved to the system based off the crime that you committed. And considering that you are a slave because of a crime, we got fucking El Salvador now being like, yeah, can we buy them from you? Like, we'll take them off your hands. And it seems like a jolly good fucking thing. Like, yeah, get rid of the prisoners here. Like, we don't have to fund them no more, right? We're missing the bigger picture here. You're going to be selling people. You're going to be selling people. We're financial assets. We have a price tag over us. Like, whether you're a fucking prisoner or not. Like, excuse me. But do you guys not see this? Like, I'm literally so tripped out because first they're going to, like with everything, it's a prerequisite to multiple things. First, you're going to start off with just the prisoners, right? Then who else is next? The people that have a shit ton of debt and haven't paid it back. People that aren't paying their mortgage. People, you know what I mean? Like, people that question authority. People like me that make these videos. Who's next? Because if they start selling prisoners, I'm going to start being fucking scared. And I think you should be too. Because what? What? I can't make this up. Look, I'm going to post a picture right now. I'm going to post an article. Hold on. Oh, it's not even just imprisoned Americans. It's fucking the deportees. So everything that's going on with the immigrants, they're even asking for them. Like, what the fuck? I don't know, y'all. But we living in scary times right now. We living in fucking scary times. Fuck. I guess just stay safe out there and don't go out and commit crimes because you just might be sold off to another fucking place and just. I'm gonna just leave this here.
小红书
A memo from the Attorney General was leaked. It was dated February 5th, 2025, from the Office of the Attorney General in Washington, D.C. Memorandum for all department employees from the Attorney General. Subject: reviving the federal death penalty and lifting the moratorium on federal executions. I'm not going to read all of this. I'm going to read just some excerpts. There's one really important, critical, and grave phrase. Since our nation's founding, the federal government and nearly every state has relied upon the death penalty as a just punishment for the most egregious crimes. It then goes on to talk about how at some point the United States lost their way and stopped using the death penalty. And bear with me because it's kind of blurry, so I'll try to read my clearest. These actions severely undermine the rule of law and grievously damage the public's trust in the justice system. For the victims of these horrific crimes and the loved ones left behind, these actions betrayed our sacred duty and broke our promise to achieve justice. That shameful era ends today. Going forward, the Department of Justice will once again act as the law demands, including by seeking death sentences as inappropriate cases and swiftly implementing those sentences in accordance with the law. Now, not only is the death penalty now applicable for, the most egregious of cases, the policy shall be applied to cases involving non-drug capital crimes by cartels, transnational criminal organizations, and aliens who traverse our borders and remain in the United States without legal status. This memo, dated February 5th, 2025, legalizes the death penalty for anyone illegally here in the United States and implements a death penalty to be swiftly enacted upon. And my guess is that in Guantanamo and wherever else those detainees are, they're already gone. As someone was sending this to me, thank you, friend, I was recording a different video advocating for the abolishment of the death penalty. And now our genocide is legal.
Folks, this news is just coming in right now. A DOGE staffer, that's Elon Musk's pseudo-governmental agency. This guy's name was Marco Ilez. He just resigned from DOGE after a Wall Street Journal reporter linked him to a deleted account on Twitter, or X, that advocated for repealing the Civil Rights Act, backing a eugenic immigration policy, and he also wrote the following, quote, "You could not pay me to marry outside my ethnicity." Marco Ilez was a 25-year-old employee over at DOGE. He was one of Elon's people who was going through all these agencies, and he resigned right after the Wall Street Journal asked the White House about his connection to the now deleted account. This was a guy plucked right from Elon's world. He worked for Elon Musk at SpaceX, Starlink, and at X, where he focused on artificial intelligence, says the Wall Street Journal reporting. I gotta say, incredible reporting here by the Wall Street Journal of finding these posts and asking the White House about it, leading to this guy's resignation. I mean, he said even more stuff like that. He attacked Indians in the United States on H-1B visas. He said the following, quote, "Just for the record, I was racist before it was cool." He said, quote, "I would not mind at all if Gaza and Israel were both wiped off the face of the earth," and numerous other racist comments. But I gotta say, we are seeing a huge pattern right now among the people who Elon Musk and Donald Trump hold close. Hey, my name's Brett with Midas Touch. Remember to follow us so you get all the updates, and also make sure you add the Midas Touch podcast on Apple Podcasts and
小红书
I'm not trying to come on here and look perfect because I'm not. I just woke up. I'm really struggling. ever since Diaper Dawn has come into office, and I know I'm not the only one, I've been attacked twice now by MAGA. And just this last week, the neighbor that is 6 or 7 acres from me came down to my property to warn me that I'm between 2 family members that love their daddy Don. I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe. I haven't been much on this app because every time I get onto it, I cry about how bad it hurts my heart, how bad it is here, and how we've been conditioned to believe that we're the greatest nation, and it's far from that. So far from that. And none of us know how to get out from the system or get to another country or to protect the people that we love here that can't get out. I'm an empath, so I feel everyone all the time, even the people that are MAGA. I feel them. And I'm also autistic, so I pick up energies a lot more. And I'm tired. I'm tired of feeling. I'm tired of having to be at work for 10 hours of the day and being surrounded by people who are completely okay with what's going on here. Completely okay. I don't feel safe there anymore. I don't feel safe walking out to my car at night. I don't feel safe driving home at night. I don't feel safe even going to a store in broad daylight. I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe. And I'm scared. And I want out. But at the same time, I can't fathom leaving my nephews and my niece in the midst of this. But we're scared. We're scared. It's bad here. It's bad. Real bad. Real bad. If you guys think of a plan, I'm all ears.
I need somebody to let my boss know I'm not going to be there for about a week, baby. I'm catching the first flight going to China, baby. They stopping packages, and I need to find out who know the address where Shein and Temu is. I hope they're in the same area with one another, because, honey, I'm going over there. And over there, do they drive on the left or the right side? Because I think I'm going to need a truck to rent when I get over there. Now, let me tell you something. If you need me to pick your Shein package up, inbox me your name and your address. Send me $10 on the Cash App so I can get your daggone thing. This is an atrocity. Normally, I don't say nothing about what's going on in the world, honey. But this right here is an atrocity because you're about to have half the American people bucket naked. And don't get on here talking about you shouldn't be shopping and anything with Temu and Shein. Honey, they inexpensive. Can't afford nothing else. We're trying to look cute while we're suffering, but we got to do what we got to do. I can't afford them American clothes. I can't afford the clothes from the boutique, honey. And Klarna and Afterpay help me get my Shein and my Temu outfits. Honey, listen here. I'm leaving in the morning.
小红书
I'm seeing a lot of people on here talking about how billionaires are greedy and the 1% is robbing the poor, but I feel like that's such strong language. Because when I think about robbery, I think about the really scary stuff like burglary and carjackings. I don't like to think about the fact that wage theft is more than all of those other forms of theft combined. Because this creates a huge problem if you believe the rich earned their wealth. Here's the breakdown just for Los Angeles. I mean, this is really happening to most low-wage workers. So, like, the people in the pie chart that owe an average of $6,000, like, half that money gets stolen from them each year. And that's just the illegal forms of robbery. That doesn't include stuff like Walmart cutting employee hours so that they're forced to take things like welfare benefits to make up the difference. Walmart also takes out life insurance policies on those employees, by the way. This doesn't include the exemptions that happen for salaried employees, like your employee saying you have an unlimited PTO plan so that they don't have to pay you out when you leave your job, or getting you to work tons of overtime. It doesn't include not compensating people for the totality of their work, like their commute. When companies are saying that they made a profit, what they're really saying is that an employee's work brought more value to the company than they were compensated for.
小红书
So I'm multitasking here, but this document that I've posted on my other platforms and is available on the White House website, the memo to all department employees from the Attorney General regarding capital punishment. There is one important sentence in this document that is most concerning for me. And I saw some comments about fear-mongering and about how this isn't law yet, and I want to address that because it is important. No, while this document is not written law yet, we have seen in the past couple of weeks that this administration doesn't necessarily do things by the books. So just because it is only a memo doesn't mean it does not have real-world implications. And then the second thing and most important thing is the most important sentence of this document that I want to share with you. So it's on page 2. Now, an Oxford comma separates the last item on a list from the list. So I'm looking at on page 2. Oh, this sun is terrible. Page 2, it's this little second paragraph under section 2. And in the last sentence, it reads, in addition to drug-related prosecutions, the policy shall also be applied to cases involving non-drug capital crimes by cartels, comma. So that's the first group. Transnational criminal organizations, second group, comma, and aliens who traverse our border and remain in the United States without legal status. So those are 3 separate groups that this capital punishment now applies to. So it's saying that it doesn't even need someone to be a drug offender or a criminal offender. The act of crossing the border and existing in the United States without legal status is now punishable by capital punishment. And that is the concerning language because that Oxford comma separates the alien status from anything else. So it doesn't matter if a person has drugs or not. It doesn't matter if a person has committed a crime or not. The crime is crossing the border, and that's what's eligible for the death.
小红书
Some big news in bite sizes today. Thursday, Donald Trump has announced a new task force dedicated to eradicating anti-Christian bias. In an address to the National Prayer Breakfast this morning, located in Washington, D.C., he talked about laying out steps to eradicate the attacks on religious liberties, but more so hyperfixating on Christianity. He also stated that he would sign an executive order to make the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, the leader of said task force. Now, if you don't already follow me on other social media platforms, in case this app goes bye-bye, feel free to hit me up. The links are going to be in the bio. Scope of authority for an anti-Christian task force draws a few concerns from me personally, because with something as broad as that, it's open for interpretation, which could lead to infringements on free speech and other civil liberties if not properly defined. also goes against one of the core tenements of America, which is the separation of church and state. And this could be also problematic, especially if it influences policy. As always, when the news hits my desk, I'll be sure to keep you up to date.
小红书
Okay, guys, so as you can see, it's a lot. It is a lot going on. Emotions are running high. A lot is going on, especially with the undocumented immigrants or the undocumented people that are being deported. One thing I will say, aside from the whole entire situation with the death penalty being looked at as an option for them to basically execute people that come across the border illegally. I know this is a terrifying situation. Y'all excuse me. My stomach was growling. I need to get up and go eat something. But anyway, no, I know it's a terrifying situation. I know it can be terrifying. What I'm not understanding as I look through different clips and that, as I'm scrolling on social media, is I'm not understanding the vitriol and anger that quite a few individuals in the Latino community are exhibiting towards the African American community. They seem to be kind of up in arms about the African American community choosing not to stand with them and to protest and go out in the streets and unify with them. One thing I will say is I understand why we are sitting down for a change and minding our own black business, because I do recall, and this is not to throw anything up in anybody's face, but it is. I recall that during the Black Lives Matter marches and all of that, I recall some individuals saying that they went into the Latino community for support and actually to kind of spread awareness, and you had black people being jumped by Latinos. I do remember myself listening online to Latinos saying, listen, don't bring that crap over here in our community. We will unalive you. I remember hearing that and seeing those clips for myself. So that's the response we got when it was us, when it was our heads on the chopping block, when it was us out trying to protest and get changes made for ourselves. We didn't have y'all support like that. We didn't. And that's just the truth of the matter. So now that you guys are facing this onslaught, how is it our responsibility to come and assist you? From what I'm looking at, it looks like the African American community, they assisted through votes, right? Yeah, through voting at the polls. That's how that happened. So when we look at that, I would say that the African American community has done their part. We've done our part. Like that's it. So black people should continue to sit down and rest. You guys, a lot of y'all didn't do your part. You actually voted against your best interest. You really did. So I don't see why there's all this vitriol towards the African American community that is not helping you and who are now choosing to sit down somewhere. And it's crazy because even in some of these videos that I'm seeing where the Latinos are lashing out, you can still hear it in their voices that how they really feel about us. Like the stuff that they're saying, like we're better than y'all and we're just better and we've got different morals and we've got a different work ethic. We work harder. Y'all are lazy. you can it's coming out. It's seeping out how they really feel about us. One guy was like, yeah, you can call me racist if you want to. It's whatever. We outwork y'all. We're better than y'all. We got a better culture. We've got a richer history. Basically, Viva la Mexico. Okay, so then why are you crying about going back to Mother Mexico? Like, I see you protesting. I even see them protesting out in the streets. And I see you on American soil raising the Mexican flag while burning and stomping the American flag. But you want to stay here. The math is not mathing. Make it make sense and all that other stuff. Like, who? So if you're great and if you're better than us, then take your greatness, take your flag and all your culture, continue on to proceed back across the border to Mother Mexico and build her up and make her the greatest country and empire the world has ever known, because you guys are better than everybody else. You're better than us. You're better than the black people. You're better than the rest of us brown-skinned people. Go on back over there. Raise your flag. Have your Mexican pride. Let it fly high. Do your thing. Be great. You guys are wonderful. You're great. Go over there and do that there, instead of being over here jeopardizing your lives and jeopardizing, risking getting your families torn apart. And that's not me being nasty. You guys are great. Go be great there. And that's really how I'm feeling about it. Because who? And I was okay. Like, I was okay sitting back, minding my business, just watching this show until you drug us into it. No. Y'all didn't stand with us. Y'all said they've got it. Keep your blackness over there. Keep all your troubles over there. Okay, well, we're giving y'all that same energy. Keep that over there. It's unfortunate the way that this is going down. I will say I do not enjoy the sight of seeing children handcuffed. I do not enjoy the idea of families being split apart. A lot of these images I don't want to see. But this is what it is, and it's y'all's time to stand up, do your thing, get the work done. Guys, I know I probably will have 0 subscribers after this, and that's fine. If y'all want to, get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. You can get down in there and be mad at me. That's fine. Thumbs up, thumbs down. It doesn't matter. I appreciate any interactions you give these videos. Guys, I hope you take care of yourselves. And have a great rest of the week. All right? Bye.